Hello Sagittarius, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current career and financial energy for the sign of Sagittarius for the month of August. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go ahead and see what we have here for you, Sagittarius. Now, the scammers are back, so just be careful. Do not get scammed. I do not offer personal readings. I am using the Gilded Tarot as well as the Ethereal Visions Tarot and the Kipper Oracle deck. There are links to all of these decks in the description below. Make sure everything's in view, and then we'll get right into it. I do hope you're doing well, Sagittarius. Hope things are going good for you. All right. That's just about good enough to me. We'll go ahead and take 3 of these Kipper cards. Oh, I guess you're going to get 4 of these Kipper cards here, Sagittarius. It's your lucky day. All right. Energy on the bottom. You have the 2 of Cups. So 2 of Cups in a career and financial situation is about partnership. Okay, you may be partnering up, literally partnering up with another person, doing some type of collaborative effort to maybe complete a project at work. Maybe you're put on a task or a project with another person at work, or you may be collaborating in your own business, or you may be kind of reaching out to a social network or creating a network or something like that. When the 2 of Cups comes along, this can also ask you to go into partnership with yourself, connect to yourself, make a deal with yourself. And I'm also feeling like saying, place a bet on yourself. Many times we're afraid of doing that. And there are so many different types of risk. I'm not here to say that you should be risking anything or whatever, but I think from my perspective and from my experience, the best type of risk you could take is betting on yourself. And that might look like you starting your business, putting yourself out there in front of other people, putting yourself out there on social media. You know, place a bet on yourself. And I think that you'll be surprised at how well it goes. So just taking a quick sort of overview here, it's interesting. I'm getting like there are all sorts of energies around the wands. You actually have this diagonal here. Diagonals are directions that you're headed, which looks pretty good. You could be getting word from somebody important here in this month as it relates to your career or your work situation. There's definitely also a big completion this month for you. You're completing something of value or of importance here with the double tens. So let's go ahead and dive in. So in the overall situation, you have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is a really nice card. This could simply mean you. This could be your energy, Sagittarius. Queen of Wands could be any fire sign, and so it could easily be you showing up here with that card in the middle. Queen of Wands is, more importantly, capable of attracting anything, and I mean anything, into their life as long as they are authentic. If the Queen of Wands tries to do something that somebody else wants to do, in terms of like if they try to follow somebody else's vision or try to follow somebody else's dream, it's just not going to work. Okay, not going to work out for them. But if they can find what they truly want to do, if they can find their true vision, they can attract everything that they want or need into their life. So it's a major law of attraction card. It's also a card of confidence and bravery and creativity as well. This person's also capable of kind of they're attractive not only in the sense of like romantically or like physically, but they're attractive in this, like in the workplace, right? Because they can do so many things in the workplace. They can juggle all the tasks, all the priorities. They're funny, they're fun to be around. All of those sorts of things makes the Queen of Wands attractive. And you know, you may have that quality about you, and you may be able to use that, Sagittarius, to help yourself out. Now, in the beginning of the month, you have the 2 of Wands, you have the 10 of Swords, and you have the King of Swords. So the predominating theme here seems to be Wands and Swords. We do have a Pentacle and a Cup card, but out of 8 out of 10 possible cards are either Wands or Swords cards, it seems like. And so we've got communication, right, with the Swords, your thought process with the Swords, but then with Wands, it's work, it's inspiration, it's creativity. And so these are some of the themes that I think are coming up here for you heavily at this time. You do have this Two of Wands, which is this energy of deciding what path to go down. In your mind, you may be like really kind of going back and forth on something. Two of Wands, though, really asks you to sort of come to a place of research, planning, and discovery, which then allows you to sort of build up small wins, because the Two of Wands comes before the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a small win that stacks up into big wins, or builds up into big wins over time. But you can't get to the three without first having like researched something or planned something out. And so in your mind here, you may be planning something out important in this month. You do have this King of Swords here, which is, the King of Swords is somebody who really gives others a fair shot in life. Okay, so this could be you. This could be a quality of you, but it could also be a quality of another person here showing up. So this could be your boss, it could be an authority figure, it could be a mentor. This is somebody who might be a subject matter expert as well, in that they're an authority on a subject. And so that might be you. You might have a special skill or talent that people come to for help on. And generally, the King of Swords is also just about leadership in one's life. So some of you may be taking ownership or like moving into leadership in some ways, whether it's at work or it's over your own life or something like that here. You do have this Ten of Swords, which is some type of big ending in your life. The Ten of Swords, many people get afraid of the Ten of Swords card, but really the Ten of Swords, I like to try to look at it in a more positive way. The Ten of Swords allows you to sort of release yourself from something that no longer serves you or doesn't work. And really the Ten of Swords says that one chapter is completely closing in your life. I think to make the best of this column here, it would be good for you to have a plan in place. So when this Ten of Swords potentially happens, that you're not caught off guard, and you kind of have what to do from here. And so hopefully that doesn't sound too doom and gloom. I'm not trying to make it sound like that. If anything, Ten of Swords reveals to you where you need to be going. It reveals to you something that's maybe exiting for a reason, so that you can get a new beginning in another area. In the middle of the month, you have the Five of Pentacles, you have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Nine of Wands here. So scarcity mindset, okay? Queen of Wands can't attract things into their life if they are stuck in scarcity mode here. The Five of Wands, when I get it in the upper row, is the clearest indication of some type of scarcity thinking. The upper row is the row of your thoughts or your consciousness, what is on your mind here. And the Five of Pentacles is a card of scarcity. It is a card of feeling like you're less than, not necessarily being that way, but rather feeling that way, or in this case, thinking that way. Okay, the lower row might be more about feeling. This upper row is more about thinking. And so it's like, if you find, I would say this month, Sagittarius, if you catch yourself in this mode of operation where you're like, I can't do this, I'll never be able to have this, I won't ever get there. Like these are the sorts of thoughts that you may want to be very mindful of and drop in this month, because it's blocking something. Okay, those thoughts are going to block something here. Remember, you have this law of attraction energy influencing the rest of the spread. This middle card is the most important card in the spread because it spills into all of the other cards. So you have some type of attraction energy here, but not with the Five of Pentacles showing up in your thoughts. So I think this is the biggest challenge for you right now. You do have this Nine of Wands as well, which says you're so close to completing something. You're essentially at the finish line. You just have to keep going. Okay, Nine of Wands, the worst thing you could do when you get the Nine of Wands is to give up, because this person is so close. So big energy of perseverance here. Now, towards the end of the month, you have the Ten of Wands, you have the Knight of Swords, and you have the Eight of Wands. So going back to this diagonal, like I said, this is a direction that you were headed, planning, attracting, receiving, because the Eight of Wands, planning with the Two of Wands, attracting with the Queen of Wands, and receiving here with the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands says that there's something good coming into your life. This is good news coming in from a distance quickly, typically, like I said, from a distance. So that would be phone calls, text messages, emails, letters, social media, something like that. Eight of Wands is like things moving forward. It's go time. It's time to go ahead. It's time to move forward. And it's also an event potentially that could happen so quickly that it leaves you sort of like in shock and awe in a good way, that something you never really expected to have happen, but here it is arriving. So it's like planning, attracting, receiving, right? And that's a pretty solid sort of linear progression that you can make in any area of your life. The other thing about attracting is, like, if you don't have a goal in mind, there is no container. You can't fill that. There's no container for that goal to sort of fill into. So, like, you have to start with something. You have to start with some goal. You have to start with some vision, in order to in the first be in the first place in an area to be able to attract that goal. So you must start with at least one goal. You do have this Ten of Wands here as well. The Ten of Wands is a card of completions, just like the Ten of Swords. Ten of Wands might say that you're carrying a burden, or you're carrying the weight of the world on your back. It can be a card of overwork and maybe a little bit of a struggle, but it is something that ultimately also says that you are experienced and you are also wise. And so definitely feel like that is the case for you. Lastly, the Knight of Swords, another card that indicates quick movement, quick energy, maybe even something. It's also about seizing the day and taking advantage of opportunities. So this is one of these readings where it's like you're totally in control here, Sagittarius. Let's go ahead and start to clarify. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please do hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. And less than 50% of you who watch my content are actually subscribed. So please do consider doing that. Let's go ahead and take a look at what these three Kipper cards are. You have Journey, Poverty, and Marriage. Yep, this is about scarcity mode, right? The biggest blockage here in your journey is working through these thoughts of scarcity, okay? Some of you with this Marriage card and the Two of Cups, it's about you partnering up or syncing up with other people to bring some type of goal into existence or into reality. Let's see what this other card is. Did you get 4? Didn't I say at the beginning of this reading that you got 4? Maybe I counted wrong. Well, we're gonna do 4. What's 4? Okay, 4 is despair. This is the biggest challenge for you, is negative thinking, okay? Or thinking in terms of scarcity instead of thinking in terms of abundance. I'm probably gonna say it more. I've said it a bunch already, but yeah, with the Five of Pentacles up here, do not focus and the Poverty card and the despair, do not focus on what you are losing. Instead, focus on what you could potentially be gaining. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. You have the Two of Cups again, big card for you. You have the World. You have the Three of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, another big card for you. Five of Pentacles twice. Not surprised to see it, okay? Not surprised to see it, as I've been talking about this entire reading. Here is about you working through scarcity. So, that's the only thing that's holding you back here, Sagittarius. Some sort of self-limiting belief or thought. Otherwise, it seems like there's something on the way here for you. You certainly do have a completion, because we have 2 tens and we also now have the World. The World is the last card in the Major Arcana, and it says that you have kind of gotten to the top of the world. You have made it, and this is also a major energy of taking a step back and giving yourself time to reflect on the journey you've been on, all of the experiences you've had, everything you've learned along the way. And in that period of reflection, you can then be ready for the next cycle that is inevitably about to turn your way or come your way. And so I definitely like this. You're definitely completing something important. Maybe you're completing this idea that, okay, I'm not gonna continue feeling sorry for myself. I'm not gonna continue, holding myself back with these negative thoughts. Maybe this is what you're completing. You have this Two of Cups twice, like I said, with the Marriage card. Certainly some of you, I think, are marrying skills, disciplines, talents with another person, maybe partnering up with another person, collaborating on something here. Nine of Pentacles is a major card of financial independence, so I definitely love to see that, especially with the Three of Pentacles, which can bring about reward and recognition for doing some sort of quality job. With this Three of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, it's like maybe some of you don't realize how skilled you actually are or how talented you actually are, because the Three of Pentacles does indicate talent. It is one of the skill or talent cards. Lastly, this Knight of Wands here, this is about, the Knight of Wands is about it's like you being a maverick, okay? Again, Swiss Army knife in this situation. It can bring about a move, like traveling, especially with the Eight of Wands, but this is about your talents, your gifts. This is about you being a maverick, a Swiss Army knife, having so much to offer. And I think you need to also, it's okay, like I can say that to you over and over again, but it won't matter until you actually feel it yourself, right? So I think some of you are recognizing that about yourself. Yeah, you have the Two of Wands on the bottom. You had the Two of Wands in the initial cards as well. So some of you are deciding on something big here. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you. And I will see you in the next reading.